I'm so excited to have you here. As you know, I've been telling people about you. They've already heard about you. And as we're talking about the Mastery to Millions, you're one conversation away. You know, our last conversation in our call, you were just talking to me, like literally you mastered the signature talk that sells. Like totally amazing.
I'm going to tell you, it's amazing because when I first started, the coaching and I was doing the Master to Millions, I'm like, okay, I got to get this talk down. I got to be able to communicate what I want people to hear about my program and what I have to offer. But it's definitely morphed into something more than that for me. So when I have to present anything, I do a lot of volunteer for people work. And so I'm showing up to introduce something or a product or raise money for them, or even talking to people about different situations. Like I'm getting ready to do a program on femininity and masculinity. And what I found out is that I'm doing the signature talk and I didn't even know I did it. And that's where we say things are unconsciously mastered, is that going over this program and understanding what it takes to really get your clients or the participants or even the community hooked on what you're saying starts with that heartfelt story, goes into what we've tried, goes into content of why they're listening to you, and then back to that heartfelt story and that call to action. And I'm going to tell you, Lisa, I didn't even know I was doing it until you asked me the other day. You're like, so tell me how this went for you. That was amazing. I'm like, you know what? I did the signature talk. And what I noticed, and then this is why we call it unconscious mastery, is that you don't even know what you're doing. And what I really did is when I went through your Masters of Millions, I took notes as if I was going to teach it to somebody else. Now, I'm sure I can't teach it the way that you can, but I'm telling you, I'm making a difference. I'm getting clients. I'm getting people to listen. I'm getting people to donate just by mastering what your signature talk is all about. And so it brings abundance in an array of areas for so many people.
Now, I just need to share this because you said about contribution, and people don't realize that Master to Millions, you're one conversation away. It's all about conversations, and the conversation when you meet somebody, the conversation when they listen to you, the conversation in the signature talk, the conversation on the discovery call. It's all conversations, and it's not sales pitches. And what was amazing is we just both participated in an event that had 5,000 people in it. And you actually created the signature talk for a fundraiser from what you learned in Master to Millions, your one conversation away, and your team won first place out of 5,000 people. And how much did you raise with only like 60 people?
We raised 25% of the overall total. We raised over 63,000 in less than 24 hours.
That is friggin' amazing. Can you imagine $63,000? And there was like 60 people in the room, and that's out of 5,000 people, 25% of the revenue.
Yes.
That's outstanding. Outstanding.
Thank you. And what's so funny about that is when you and I have that conversation, and it's funny because other people came up to me and said, how did you do it? How'd you do it? It's creating the relationship. And honestly, that's what I've gotten. Like when I started doing your whole Mastery to Millions, all the week courses, it just started stacking on how do you build that relationship with people? Because relationship is about trusting. And when you do talk to people, and in order for them to donate, in order for them to listen, you got to have that rapport with them. And rapport is that trust. And honestly, that's what I feel like your program has done for me. It helped me start from day one. How do I create that rapport? How do I get them to trust me? And yet know that I'm still the expert, right? And Lisa, you and I've gone back and forth about self-disclose and yet staying the expert. And that's why I think the Masters to Million really teaches us is how do you stay as an expert and yet get people to trust you, create that relationship, and be able to tell your story that's heartfelt, that gets them connected to you and their own why.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I love the fact of the mastery, because here's what people don't realize is, going through this program, even just mastering a signature talk that sells, the workshop, a lot of people don't realize that what was given in just this workshop, I had someone mark there, Arlene Vasquez wrote down, she said, what I gave away in the workshop, she paid $15,000 for several years ago to learn. And that's only one lesson in the whole program of Master to Millions, because there's obviously so much more, from the $1 million close to how to create your program. And now you're going to be launching your program, which is pretty exciting, right? So we finally got that all together, of all the modules that you have and the recordings and housing that. What would be something, somebody looking at this, saying, I don't know, is this like anything else I've done before? Because a lot of people have tried different things. And yeah, okay.
I have tried different things. I have done different speaker boot camps from some of the best. And although they've added value to me, what I feel like the X factor of this is that I've never seen from any other program, Lisa, is not just the relationship building, but how do we just give? And for me, it's very hard for me. I had a definition of being a salesperson and, cheating and lying to get people to buy in. And that's not where my heart was. But when even that little bit that you're giving away right now, it teaches you how do you give and ask. And the ask is not really about how could I give it? How could I get? It's really about asking them, how could you invest even more into your own life through what I have to offer? And it really just shifted that definition. And I've never seen a program yet to do that and just that little course.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if there was some advice that you'd want to give people, there's a lot of people worried about money. And I know you had a money story one time, is why I'm going to give this to you. And they worry about money. It's like, can I afford it? How, is it more, how do I spend that money? And I also have a belief, as that if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then people won't be willing to invest in you. But what would be some advice you'd give somebody looking at this right now?
I would say that you can't afford not to do it. And that's really where I got it from, is that how much have I already invested? A couple $100 here, $100 here. Oh, let me do this program. Let me do that program. And finally, it was just like, you know what? If I can't stop to invest in myself, how can I expect anybody else to invest in me? And not only did I end up hiring you, I have 2 other coaches now in different areas of my life, because what I got from working with you, Lisa, is that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. And what happened in the meantime, the money just flows now. I don't know how, I don't care how, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working.
Right. I mean, even just the other day, you signed on a new client, right? That was what, 10,000?
Yeah, I was at an event and I did my call to action the way you taught me. And next thing you know, they wired the $10,000 to my account.
Very cool. So you've had some incredible wins. I want to thank you for just taking the time to be here and to just share with everybody listening, and also know that your continued success as your book came out, you have other things happening, the new program is coming out, lots more. And I know that the revenue is going to flow commensurate to all the hard work you've put in. So can't wait to help share that with the world. And thank you for being here.
Lisa, thank you. Like, honestly, thank you. It's not even about being a raving fan. You believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself when it came to this business. There's been so many no's, so many times I wanted to give up. And by investing in what you've created here, I have seen the rewards of it. So I can't thank you enough for believing in me and giving me that soft kick in the butt when I needed it. Because it's worked. It worked.
It absolutely did. So happy to have you here and to continue supporting you. Thank you, Veenu. I love you. And I can't wait to share more of your gifts. And everybody, you listening, listen. Veenu is one of many examples of what can happen. I mean, whether it's 10,000 last week or the first 5 weeks, 72,000, and then 10,000, 10,000, 6,000, all these numbers came in through just 6-month period. It was pretty fast. All those numbers just kept coming in. And anything is possible, but of course, I can't guarantee you're going to get Veenu's results because she put the work in. The only way you get these kind of results is doing the work, and you can too. So join us and take advantage of what we have coming for you, because you'll be glad you did.